Good morning, everyone. I hope this finds you great on this wonderful Wednesday in December. Welcome to Cowork and Connect. We're so glad that you joined us this morning. Cowork and Connect is a virtual chat series brought to you by Walker's Legacy. It's aimed to learn the best practices for remote work, the importance of mentoring, staying sharp while staying in, financial planning for small businesses, and self-care routine tips during this time of quarantine and social distancing. So Walker's Legacy is a wonderful organization for women of color. We invite you to stay in touch with us at www.walkerslegacy.com, and we are definitely excited about today's guest. So I'm going to introduce our guest. We're having a little technical difficulties with our moderator, and hopefully she will be able to join us, but I'm going to start with our guest. Today's guest is Tiffany Cole Allen. Tiffany is a plus-size model and technical designer, specializing in the fit of intimate apparel and swim for well over a decade, working on product for retailers such as Victoria's Secret, Betsy Johnson, Aerie, and Walmart. A graduate of the Fashion Institute of Technology, she has trained and worked in many other facets of the industry, including merchandising, production, styling, and marketing. Tiffany uses her platform as a model and industry professional to advocate for inclusiveness in the intimates and swim world through her company, Fit Me Curve. She also conducts virtual bra fittings and uses her fit and industry knowledge to help women learn how to properly shop for bras and intimates. Please welcome Tiffany Cole Allen.
Hello. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much, Mia, for having me on today with the Cowork and Connect chat. I'm very excited to be here and be able to give some pointers on intimate apparel for the professional woman.
Okay. We are still trying to get Tiny in. Technology is not perfect.
Yes.
So we're still trying to get her connected. But in the meantime, while we're getting her connected, please, why don't you tell us your story? No one gets to where they are by how they thought they were going to get there. So share about your journey.
Okay, so my journey into entrepreneurship was really, like you said, no one expects to get where they are. So when I started out, I didn't have the mind of saying I want to own my own business one day or I want to be an entrepreneur. I actually started out going into fashion with the intent to be a buyer. And now in retrospect, I look back, I've always had examples of entrepreneurship within my family. I'm from Flint, Michigan originally, born and raised. There's Danae. I'm from Flint, Michigan, originally born and raised, and both of my parents worked. My mom was a teacher and my dad was he worked in the shop. Or anyone from Michigan or anywhere in the middle belt knows that working in the shop means that you work for GM or Buick or Chrysler. And then he also had a business. He owned a car wash and car detailing place, a local car wash and car detailing place, most of my childhood. And even my grandparents, they garden, they sold their crops from their garden. So that entrepreneur spirit has always been in front of me as an example. I just never realized it until I was actually an entrepreneur myself, and saw that those seeds were planted early. When, like I said, when I went to fashion school, when I went to the Fashion Institute of Technology, my intention was to be a buyer. However, that switched once I got my associate's degree. I went into more of the technical side, which was production management, and learned about how clothing was actually made and the steps it took to actually get product from the design concept to the store. I learned about sewing and everything like that. Um, and from there, that's how I got introduced to technical design. And I was a technical designer for 13 years. And then finally, I was like, you know, I can take this knowledge that I've gained in all of the facets of fashion that I worked in and actually turn it into a lucrative business for myself. And that will be more beneficial to the customers who are buying the product as opposed to being beneficial to the companies who are making the product. And that way I also had more control over the type of information that was being put out there to customers, and also encouraging them to go for the brands that I feel like are brands that care about them. So that is how Fit Me Curve was born. And the passion behind it is really caring about women feeling good and looking good. Because for so long, intimate apparel has kind of been like a taboo topic or subject for women. And there's a lot of women that really don't understand the depths of it and how it can be comfortable for them, how it can be uplifting for them, and how it can boost their confidence. So that's where that's what got me here, basically.
That's wonderful, Tiffany. I hear a word on the curb is that you're the booby godmother or the
Yes, yes. Shout out to Ebony Gibson for dubbing me the booby godmother. I do kind of feel like the booby godmother. I look at everybody's boobs.
she does.
I do. And I love a good set of boobs sitting upright. That's just like, and when I see it, I'm like, yes, girl, yes. I love it. So
And when you don't see it, what is your reaction?
like, let me help you, girl. Let me help you. Because I want everybody's boobs sitting upright, looking good. Like, that makes me so happy because I know it makes women feel good when they have on a proper fitting undergarment and their outfit looks amazing and their confidence just shoots through the roof. So I've seen so many women, like, their confidence level immediately change once they put on the right size bra. And for me, that magic every time is like, yeah.
So speaking of that magic, it has been said that undergarments are as important as outer garments. And I think that's what a lot of people focus on. Can you please expound on that in bringing the look together?
Yes, your undergarments are the basis for your outfit. If your bra doesn't fit right, if you have on the wrong underwear, if they don't fit right, your outfit will not look good. And the more layers you put on top, the worse it will get. So you put on a sweater, you put on a coat, and then the next thing you know, you're looking at yourself in the mirror like, why do I look like I'm 700 pounds? Like, what is wrong with what is wrong with my outfit? And it's usually, because the bras don't fit, the panties don't fit, you're constantly like tugging at your outfit, trying to fix it, or you're constantly trying to shift your underwear around, or you're shifting yourself in your bra. Those types of things, they make you very uncomfortable when you're in a social setting and you're self-consciously thinking like, oh God, this bra, oh God, these panties. Like, every woman has been there.
Yes.
Every woman has been there. And all you can think about is going home and taking it all off. And
Mhm.
that's not how you should feel in your clothing. You should really feel comfortable. Like, I feel like I don't have on anything, but I know I do and I look great. So, your underwear is the basis of your outfit. If it's not right on the inside, it won't be right on the outside. And that's just not for underwear. That's for life in general.
Right. So, what would you consider intimate apparel for the professional woman or just a woman in general?
So, intimate apparel, I always say you should have a bra wardrobe just like you have a clothing wardrobe. You should have bras for certain occasions. You should have underwear for certain occasions. And there are staples that you should have. And that's the same thing in your wardrobe. You have your staples, then you have special occasion, and you have clothing for other occasions, casual occasions. With your professional intimate apparel, it should be smooth, it should be sleek. Not a lot of lace unless you're wearing it under something where the lace won't show through. Keep your bras lightly lined with minimal padding so that you're not pushing up so much that your breasts. Okay, shh, go, keep going. That your breasts are not pushing up and out of your clothing, and that's the first thing when you see when you come in the room, because the point is to be uplifted and supported, but not busting out.
I like to call it spillage. When I see it, I'd be like, that's spillage when it's like over,
Yes.
like coming out. And you do the virtual fittings to help with that.
Yes. I mean, the spillage, a lot of times we mistake it for cleavage, and it's really not cleavage. Okay. It's really not cleavage. I'm sorry, guys. My daughter is.
Professional woman, working woman. This is the reality of quarantining, right?
Yes, it is.
Parents, be a teacher, and still strong enough to bear the children, and then get back to business.
Get back to business. That's it. Like I said, you don't want it. A lot of people mistake that for cleavage, and sometimes that just means that your bra is too little, like the cup size is too little. And the only way to truly know that is to get fit. Like, you have to have bra fittings once a year to make sure that you're in the proper bra size, because it doesn't matter what type of bra you buy. If it doesn't fit properly, it won't look good. And as a professional, you always want to look pulled together. You want to have that pulled together look at all times. No matter what you're wearing, you still want to be pulled together. And your bra will help with that. And in terms of like hosiery, have hosiery when necessary. Use a slip when necessary. I know a lot of people are like, slip, girl, what? Yes.
Tiffany,
still exists.
Tiffany. Let's bring it back to the slip, child, because people undervalue. Emphasis on undervalue the slip.
Yes.
Tell us the value of the slip as your undergarments as a professional woman.
Yes. So your slips provide that extra lining layer in your skirt or in your dress so that you don't see the imprint of everything that you have on underneath your clothing. Sometimes you need a slip, ladies. Have one in your drawer that is your go-to slip, because you don't need it that often, but sometimes you need a slip. If you have a light material dress or skirt, you definitely need a slip under it if you're going into a professional setting. You want people to focus on what's coming out of your mouth and the thoughts that you have in your brain more than you want them to focus on the fact that you're spilling out of your bra, or that they can see your panty line through your skirt, or you don't want them focusing on that. You want them focusing on what you're speaking about, what you're talking about. And a slip can help cover those things up. Now, in terms of hosiery, I know some women, we don't like pantyhose. They're not comfortable. The sizing hasn't been updated since I don't know when. So that little chart that they have on the back doesn't match anyone. And it's okay, use thigh highs, get a garter, get a panty with a garter on it, or a garter belt. Those garters are not just for being sexy. They're actually for function, to hold up your thigh highs. And put that on underneath and put on some thigh highs so that you don't have to have a full pantyhose. And that way you're still, covering your legs with hosiery. Every professional setting doesn't require hosiery. Some do. So just go
Tiffany,
based on where you work and what you do.
you brought out a really good point about the slip, giving more of the sleek look, a more seamless look is the better term. And
Yes.
I think a lot of young ladies in the era that we're living in, they want to have the snatched look, right? So with
Mm-hmm.
the snatched look, they're wearing the waist trainers with their clothing, or they're having on all of this girdles, but like it's like a girdle contraption, right?
Yes.
What say you about that as a professional one? Because everyone's trying to have the, the Coke bottle shape, but then
Mm-hmm.
we can see the line. We can see where it stopped at your thighs because you got the
Yes.
whole thing on. So how can they avoid that and still look good and still look snatched? The goal is to look snatched.
Yes, that's it. Well, first of all, your bra fitting properly will snatch you.
She
As
telling the
you're a testament to that, okay?
truth. Yes.
So,
I can
first of
testify,
all,
guys.
that will snatch you. Now, secondly, in place of there's different types of shapewear. So there's some seamless shapewear, there's shapewear that's more constructed, that has boning and things like that. Well, obviously, you wouldn't wear something that has all of those bones and seams if you wanted it under something that was smooth, like a material that was smooth, like chiffon or silk or, anything that could show through. You would get a seamless body shaper. And they have them, there's Spanx. I think Waco has some. Like there's shapewear that exists that's more seamless that you can use to go underneath garments, or to go, that will give you that snatched look that you're pulled in, but won't show through. And then there's also like shaper panties. So instead of getting a full piece that cuts at your thigh, maybe you get a shaper thong, or you get a shaper full bottom, and it won't show through because you don't have the panty lines, or the cutoff on your thigh. It's just about shopping. Like I said, having a intimate apparel wardrobe that you can pull from when you need to, depending on the outfit that you're wearing. And then also shopping based off of what you have in your outerwear wardrobe. If I know that I have a lot of light material dresses, then I'm probably going to stay away from shapewear that cuts off at my thighs. I'm going to get shapewear thongs so that you won't be able to see those imprints through my clothing. But you have to have at least one or two or three different types of shapewear. I think I would say like three, because I have three types of shapewear. Actually, I have four types of shapewear in my closet, but I know no matter what, I have something to pull from, whatever the outfit is.
On any given occasion. Which
Mm-hmm.
brings us to one of our final questions before we open it up to the public if they have any questions. You talked a lot about shopping. So where would a professional woman begin their search, and what should they budget, or what should their budget be? You talked about the three different things, but we're in a quarantine, we're in a pandemic, so we want to make the best of our coins.
Yes. So, firstly, I will always say this because I'm the booby godmother, right? So, I will
Indeed,
always
you
say
are.
this: get fit, ladies. Even if you think you know your bra size, if you have not been measured within a year by someone at a bra boutique or a professional bra fitter such as myself, then get measured. You have to. That is the starting point. And then once you know your proper bra size, then you can shop accordingly. And even with shapewear, knowing the proper panty size, because that makes a difference in how things are going to fit. And then look at sites like Bravissimo, Her Room, Journal, and Bare Necessities.
Mhm.
Those are websites that carry multiple brands and they carry product across several categories. So you'll be able to find everything that I'm telling you that you need for your professional wardrobe, you should be able to find on those websites. And, they have sales, they run sales. I always say save up for your intimate apparel. Yes, I can say the sites again. So there's Her Room, HERROOM, just like Her Room, instead of She Shed, Her Room. And then there's Bare Necessities, and then there's Bravissimo, BRAVISSMO,
Mhm.
and then Journelle, JOURNELLE. There's more expensive brands on those sites, and then there's also, the lesser expensive brands. I think you should budget, like I said, save your money. If you have to put money away every month or whatever, and then shop every 6 months for your intimates, perfectly fine to do it that way. Just make sure that you're getting what you need for your intimate apparel wardrobe and replacing the old with new as it wears down, because these fabrications, the elastics, they lose their elasticity, and they lose their hold, especially shapewear. So you can't expect a shapewear that you've had for 5 years to pull you in like it did when you first got it. The laundry detergents, everything breaks down these fabrications. So replace your stuff as necessary, budget the money, save the money, find it somewhere, consider it as your self-care for yourself. Because it's only going to make you feel better. And that's just what it comes down to. I think the budget you should really look at for bras is anywhere from $40 to $70, depending on the type of bra. And then shapewear, I would think probably about the same, like anywhere from 25 to like $50 for shapewear. Then your panties, you can just get regular like micro fabrication that's like micro, or silk or satin underwear, because again, you want it to be smooth and sleek. You don't want like a whole bunch of bumps and lumps showing through on your clothing if you want to be pulled together.
Those are great tips, Tiffany. I love that you touched on the fact about a good budget. You don't want to. Previously, on you talked about if you get a cheap bra, you're going to get cheap results. So when she's saying to budget between $40 and $75, you get what you pay for. Would that be correct?
That's correct. I mean, the type of quality components you get depends on the price that you're paying for the bra. And if it's cheap, it's okay to buy cheap intimate apparel. Just don't have that expectation that it's going to last long, or that it's going to feel as good as something that is a little bit of a higher price point. And I mean, it's the same thing with clothing. We know our clothing. We know cheaper clothing is not going to last us. We buy it for what it's for. Oh, I'm going to get this cheap top. I'm going to this party or whatever. So I want to put on, I need a new top. I'm going to buy this cheap top. But you don't expect it to last you a lifetime.
Right.
And it's the same with bras. If you buy a cheap bra, you say, hey, I'm in Target today. They got this $20 bra. I think it's cute. It's fine, but don't expect that $20 bra to perform the same as, a brand that has an average $50 to $60 bra. It's just not going to be that way, because the components are not the same quality. They're not as high priced.
Wonderful. Tiffany, that was fantastic. So, for those who are watching us live, if you have any questions, Tiffany will be more than happy to answer. The booby godmother will be more than happy to answer your questions now. And as some people are typing them in, I have one question that's available now, Tiffany, and that is, what is a slip? We mentioned a slip earlier, and some of the audience wants to know, what is a slip? That's old school for some.
Yes, yes. So surprisingly, it's old school, but there are a lot of intimate apparel brands that still carry them, even more updated, like slips that you can wear around the house, or that you would get sexy in. So a slip is basically like a nightgown, but it's not. You can either get a half slip, which comes to your waist, that starts at your waist like a skirt, or you can get a full slip, which is basically like a nightgown. It has the straps and it has, the triangle cups, and then it has the full body like a nightgown. They're usually in satin or silk or a modal fabric, something that's light and soft because it's meant to go under your clothing. Um, and it, like you said, sometimes they're seamless, sometimes they have seams, but it's really just like a lining material of a sense, like what you would find under a dress or a skirt that is higher priced. They would have linings in those. But if you're buying a cheaper dress or skirt that doesn't have a lining in it, you should put a slip underneath, and that will serve as a lining to your skirt.
Thank you, Tiffany. Another question is, should I wash my undergarments in the washing machine?
No, you should not. Even though some of them will say you can wash in machine. And I have been part of creating care labels for garments when I used to work in the industry. And sometimes we would find garments are better at hand washing after we test them, but they would still put machine wash on the tag because you can still technically machine wash it. But we know that customers kind of shy away from product that says hand wash only. They don't want to deal with that, or dry clean only. They don't want to deal with having to do that. So, we know that customers gravitate more towards the things that you can just throw in the washer. And for that reason, some things will say, okay for machine wash on gentle cycle. And it's really better for you to hand wash them in terms of intimates, especially bras. I use a wash called Eucalan, EUACALAN. I think that's how it's spelled. But it's a sensitive wash, something like Woolite or like Dreft or something like that. That's meant for your delicates. And I just get like a basin. I put them in the sink, or I get a basin or whatever, and I just wash them out by hand, rinse them, and hang them to dry. And that usually allows my stuff to last much longer than I feel like if I would put it in the washing machine, especially bras that have padding in them, because they get twisted, they get turned, and then you get the pads come out and they have what we call orange peel. And that's all the wrinkles and stuff that you can see in the padding. And those are visible through clothing sometimes. So if you want to protect your pads and your bras, hand wash them, gently wring them out and hang them to dry.
What does the dryer do to it? So let's just say a person is pressed for time. Is it better to wash and then hang dry?
Yes.
As opposed to throwing into the dryer. Which one does more damage, the washer or the dryer?
The dryer, actually. I mean, you could probably, some people put their intimate apparel in a garment bag and throw it in the washer that way. I don't, but so I know some people who do, and then they hang dry it, but absolutely do not dry, because the dryer, the heat is going to break down the foam padding. It's going to break down your wire casing. You're going to get wires poking through the casing, which is something that, a lot of women complain about. I'm sorry, Skylar, bring me a computer charger. Hurry up. And a lot of women complain about that. My wires poked through on my bras. Well, did you put it in the dryer? That's probably why. So,
and it usually starts like right here.
Yes, yes, that's where it always pokes through, because not only that, your wire opens as you put the breast tissue in. So when you put on your bra, your wire is opening and it's pressing against that wire channel, and it's causing, all day you're causing that friction, it's rubbing. And usually what we do as technical people, we ensure that there's what we call wire play. So there should be space between the edge of the wire casing and the wire to allow for that opening of the wire when you're wearing the bra. but sometimes it doesn't happen and sewing in the factory. And then when you dry your bras, that wire casing shrinks. So you lose that wire plate. And that's how you end up getting the poke through.
Wow, Tiffany, you are so fantastic. I don't see
Thank
any
you.
other questions coming through. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much
baby.
for this wonderful conversation. So how can people stay in contact with you, Tiffany?
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is Shanae Smiles, SCHNEE Smiles, SMILES. And then you can also join the Facebook group I have called The Booby Trap.
Excellent name, by the way.
Thank you. Yes. Because I'm always posting informational videos in there, tips, lingerie brands, bra brands that I've tried out. I actually am going to be doing a review on a lingerie brand in that group this week, Friday. And also, if you'd like to email me, you can email me at info@fitmecurved.com. Okay, you gotta use some glue.
And how can the audience book you for a virtual bra fitting, which I participated in and I got engaged in?
Yes, yes.
I had a
Tanae
virtual.
got engaged after she got her new bra.
It was the bra fitting.
I know it wasn't the bra, but I'm gonna say it was the bra.
It was definitely the bra fitting. The girls were sitting.
Yes. It may not have been the reason for the engagement, but it definitely made her photos that she took when she got engaged. She was snatched. Okay.
For sure. So how
So she was prepared for her engagement with her new bra.
stay ready? Tiffany will get you ready. How can they book that appointment with you?
Yeah, so on the website, fitmecurved.com/book-online. And if you just go to fitmecurved.com, it'll say book online, book a virtual fitting. You can go and click on that and schedule your fitting right away. They're $25 a piece. And usually after the fitting, I follow up with a resource email with your new size that we measured, and then also give you links to bras based off of your your preference for what you would like to wear and the type of bras that you like.
Wonderful. So Walker's Legacy, thank you so much, Tiff. That was fabulous. Be sure to contact Tiffany, www.fitmecurve.com. You can email info@fitmecurve.com, and you can get all of this. Be sure to follow her on Instagram at Shanae Smiles. Again, thank you so much, Tiffany.
Yes, thank you, Tanae. Thank you, Walker's Legacy, for having me. This was a pleasure.
Absolutely. Walker's Legacy Programming looks to bring you insightful, meaningful opportunities for conversation and community. And we hope you found that today during this special hangout opportunity. Again, thank you, Tiffany. You are fantastic. This is the booby godmother, guys. The booby godmother.
I gotta get that on a plaque now.
You gotta get it on the shirt.
Yes.
Be on the shirt.
Yes, yes.
So thank you.
Okay, girl. All right, Scott.